Hello, it's Tuesday at 5 p.m. That must mean it's time for Written Sins Kickstarter Talk, where we go over week 20's Kickstarters to back, and where we give you the opportunity to become a producer of a Kickstarter and make new worlds come to life. I am Rob Anderson. I am the voice of Written Sins Network. We are going to go through the list as always first. But before we start anything, let's talk about our Kickstarter of the week. Our Kickstarter of the week is brought to us by Philippe. Philippe is a good friend of mine. I've hung out with him at a few different cons. We've actually seen each other from Florida to New York. He's doing great things with The Few and the Cursed 3. And for once, we're actually not going to be showing a Kickstarter that's actually struggling. And this week, there aren't a lot of Kickstarters ending, and most of them were funded that were ending. So I'm just going to enjoy pitching my friends Few and the Cursed. And to do that, because we have a smaller list, I'm actually just going to take a minute and I'm going to play the video for once.
Hey guys, this is Felipe Canho. Right now I'm at a Comic-Con in Brazil. You can tell from my banner, my table right here. I'm all set up at the show, but I decided to take some time off to introduce you guys to the Kickstarter for issue number 3 of The Few and Cursed. For those that don't know yet, The Few and Cursed is a post-apocalyptic western in a world where there's no more water. Humanity not only got stuck in the old west kind of ways, but it also started turning to these dark curses and evil spells in an attempt to survive. The only thing to tip the balance is the redhead. She's a curse chaser. She goes from village to village chasing curses. That's what she does. The Crows of Manalana is a 6-part mini-series that pits the redhead against an old Hawaiian legend of these big, scary-looking crows that kidnap children at night. We had 2 successful campaigns right here on Kickstarter. We raised enough to meet all our stretch goals, and that's why we're here to try our luck for issue number 3. Our rewards are listed on the right-hand side. We have combos with issues number 1 and 2, and special combo with all 3 covers. So there you go. Thank you so much for checking out The Few and Cursed. Thank you.
And that's The Few and the Cursed and the creator himself. I'm back. We're not going to watch any more videos today. Just had a few extra moments in the show today because it was smaller, so I decided to give some love to The Few and the Cursed. We usually cut an actual video for the pick of the week and do it separately. This week, because time is running out, we're wind up going to just have it added in to the program. So let's get on with our list. Support R4 is the Autistic Jedi. And the Autistic Jedi, I should say, show your support with this patch. That's amazing. I have mine on the way. I can't wait to get it and to show it off at Comic-Cons near you. So show your support for autism research and awareness by getting this patch and wearing it around, and let people ask you why you're wearing it and explain it's in support of autism research. Help us fund the supernatural indie comic book Trespass, a twisted love story filled with horror, dark human, demons, and insanity. This is a Kickstarter that is a little gruesome, but sometimes gruesome's a good thing, and it depends on what you like. If you're a horror fan, this is the comic book for you, but this is also based on a much bigger premise. I don't know why I stumbled on that, and we're going to get into that premise in just a minute. For now, let's continue on our list and see what else we have going on this week on our Kickstarter talk list. We have number 4, 2 mismatched detectives hunt a privacy-obsessed serial killer through a post-apocalyptic future. This is Last Exit to Brighton. This is ending soon, so now it's now or never. This is by Matt Hardy, and it's about 2 detectives, and we'll talk about that more in just a minute. The Few and the Cursed, number 3. We just talked about it, but this is its position in the countdown. Every dollar counts. So what does every dollar counts mean? It sounds like a catchy slogan, but it's really not. What it means is that by you donating a single dollar, you can actually make a Kickstarter become funded. And you don't think that that dollar would matter, but the minute that you back that Kickstarter with a dollar, you also are showing people that you believe in it. So you don't know. Your fan base, the people who are watching you, your friends list, all of them might actually wind up supporting that Kickstarter now because of something you did. So with that in mind, by backing any Kickstarter by even $1 could really make a huge amount of difference. It's something to think about, and it's something to always monitor. So my suggestion to everyone is that if you don't want a coffee that day, or you want to skip a coffee, make a dream come true and spend $1 on a dream. This is also a way to build the person's count of the backers, and we'll get into that more in a minute. XCT, or Extreme Championship Tournament, is ending its reign on Kickstarter this coming week, and it is all about Spartacus fighting other characters that you didn't believe existed. Turns out they did, and they've been cloned, and they're now fighting for your entertainment. Float, a graphic memoir about anxiety, written by a very intense creator, a very great guy, and we're going to get more into that in a moment. Cyberpunk Robin Hood comic book. For those who played Cyberpunk, like I did when I was younger, this is going to be an interesting tale. It's New London's hooded vigilante. Someone has been stealing from the elites in the capital and giving to the poor in England. Who is this man, and why can't the Android security force find him? Is it true that a human detective has been brought on to help? One thing is for certain, strange things are afoot in England these days. This is Cyberpunk Robin Hood comic book called Robin Hood Eon's Edge. Then we have the Thunder Chickens. The Thunder Chickens are a father and son relationship and challenging, combative, caring, and complicated story about crime-fighting chickens who work together. This is Thunder Chickens, and we're going to get more into that in a minute as well. Moving on, we can never forget to support our veterans. We talk about this every time we do one of these Kickstarter lists. It is our job as citizens of the United States of America, or citizens of any country for that matter, for you to support your returning troops. The veterans need to be supported because they went out and risked their life for you at one point. So now it's your turn not to risk your life for them, but to support them in life. So do everything you can, including supporting the Veterans Wife page, by showing it up, going to it on Facebook, writing an article for the magazine, join the writing staff, buy yourself or a friend a magazine, subscribe to the magazine, sponsor the Veteran Life Comic-Con events that they do, shop on their Calf Press store, or even participate in their fundraising events. Ninja Boy 2, Life After Death. I don't know who that character is. I haven't really been a Ninja Boy, but that's a cute character. I'm instantly engaged. We're going to talk more about that in a minute. Mitch Bird's Unearthed Volume 1. Is that dinosaurs I see? You already have me. There's a dinosaur. I don't care if the dinosaur's alive or dead. I'm in, just because I saw a dinosaur. Probably one of those roadside dinosaurs, but you never know because I see a thump there. Maybe it's something bigger. We're going to find out in a minute as we go into the bigger list. But until then, let's finish with the list with mentioning Pigtails. Pigtails is a martial arts action comic book given to us in black and white, because black and white, I don't care what anyone says, is still pretty freaking awesome. I like black and white videos, and I cannot lie, I like when the movies are black and white. So give it a look. I think it's spectacular. A good list of creators are backing it. Then we have the Undigenuous. I think I'm pronouncing that right, but if you have the drinking game where Rob says something wrong, you have to drink now, in case I didn't get it right. The Undigenuous Kickstarter is reached its stretch goals. So this means that now is the perfect time for you to help them get even more swag for people's buck, because remember, you get certain levels, you get to benefit from everyone backing it. So now is the time. This is from Kelly Bender, who is a great guy, great creator, and he's got a great staff behind him. We're going to get more into that oh, excuse me, in a minute. Children of Sin Magna print run. This is all about the 7 deadly sins. So of course we like that. And before we go any further, we just want to talk about Are You One of Us? What does Are You One of Us meant? Well, it meant in 2016, are you a creator and do you belong on writtensins.com? But this year it means something a little different. This year it's asking everyone, are you one of us? And what is one of us? One of us are people who enjoy creativity. It's people who enjoy something different. It's people who don't want the mainstream stuff. Not necessarily because they hate the mainstream stuff, but because they've seen everything on the mainstream and they're tired of the recycled reboot culture. So they want to come to indie comics and they want to embrace something brand new and something more interesting that they can find at their local comic book shop sometimes. So Are You One of Us is a call to action to all people who like creations that aren't coming from Marvel and DC, and even people who do come from Marvel and DC who are just looking for something else. So Are You One of Us is just a call for all cool people to come together, share content, and make Written Sins bigger so people notice it and start helping these creators get their projects funded even faster and actually have the ability to promote. Okay, enough self-grandizing about Written Sins. Let's talk about the list. Now, we talked about The Few and the Cursed, and we already watched the video. I'm just going to scroll some of this art here just to give you guys the idea of exactly why you should be backing it. I think if we just take a quick scroll, I don't have to say much more, but I can tell you this: Philippe has built a brand and a name, and that name, when you see it, it means quality. And that's something that's very important. I give a lot of credit to Philippe for being able to build that in such a short time. A lot of people say good things about him. A whole bunch of creators I know will instantly put their name behind him, and I am one of those. He's one of those guys that I'm a fan of, not just for the creator he is, but for the human he is. He's a great guy. Please take the time to look and share this Kickstarter now, but 4 times out. There's only 3 days left. And remember, sharing is so easy. Look how easy sharing is. Look at that. While I'm talking, I'm sharing this. This is how simple it is. If you like a project, share it. And once Facebook lets us, there we go. And now it's shared on Facebook. And you can do that with Twitter. You can do that with Tumblr. You can do that with a pin board. You can do that by embedding it on your own site or your own blog. Whatever it takes to get this out, show that you're a fan. Make sure to share everything. Trespass is having a little bit of trouble getting to its goal. There's only 19 hours to go. I don't know necessarily a lot about this project other than what most of you will see, but I will say this: I think the art in it is stunning. I think that there's definitely look at the amazingness of the art here, and I don't necessarily understand why people aren't more behind it. And these are representations of those who don't know. If you look in there, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's right, 7. Those represent the 7 deadly sins that are trying to actually take over his mind as he's being possessed. Now, I'm going to give you the tagline here that we read the other day when we were doing last rites for Kickstarter. And I'm going to ask everyone watching this video this question, and maybe it'll make it interesting to you. What would you do to save the person you love more than anything in the world? Would you give up everything you have? Would you sacrifice yourself for love? What about the demons? Trespass dives headfirst into these questions. So, by trying to save a person you love, you wind up taking on demons and becoming plagued by them. So, it's an interesting concept. It's definitely something that I think that you need to invest time in, at least looking at it. But I really would like to see us all get behind it, all of us share this, and see if we can pull off an indie comics upset by having this funded in the 19 hours that are left. Either way, I think it's a title that should be shown again. I think that for some reason it just didn't take the first time. So if Blake watches this video, Blake, I believe in you. I believe in this project. Please try again if it doesn't fund. And reach out to Written Sins, and we'll do everything we can. We'll do interviews. We'll do anything we can to get it. But for now, guys, let's see if we can make this happen. I know it's a long shot, but, you know, don't we all like watching the Bad News Bears because they're a long shot? Isn't that something that's kind of cool and fun? All right. Well, moving on. We're going to go to Last Exit to Brighton. This is the absolute graphic novel edition. This is all the stories that they've had put together. And I'm going to sell it to you really quickly. There are Nazi robots that you get to punch. I know you want to buy it now because everyone always talks about punching Nazis lately. So here, robots you can punch. They're Nazis. Have fun. Back to project. It is already funded. Very cool art. Different type of storytelling that I think is cool. They had 164 backers. Now, this is what we were talking about backers before. Check this out. 164 sounds great, right? You'd love to have a Kickstarter 164. But if 10 people for $1 each just supported it, you'd have 174, which is almost like 175. You see the mentality? $1 makes that number go up. And every time that number goes up, that's confidence, and that's confidence in a project. And what that confidence does is the next person who comes to this Kickstarter looks at that confidence number and goes, wow, 164 people believe in it? It must be good. And there's the mentality there. There's like that it must be selling out because it's good mentality. So, I mean, they've made $4,000 with 164 people. That shows that people are willing to invest in this project. These are things that are going to matter. And that's why it's so important that you guys share this and you guys get it around. You guys let it be known to other people how cool you think something is, you know, and it goes beyond just liking something. It goes to sharing it. It goes to giving up $1. One single dollar can really matter. XCT tournament comes to an end. We've had this on our list for a while now. We're going to be sorry to see it go because the art was kind of cool. It's a very cool premise. It's about cloning people that we didn't think existed. Turns out they existed, and now we're forcing them to fight in pretty much good old Roman time gladiator matches. This is definitely a project worth checking out. Get it before it's gone. This is issue 4. There is a way to get more issues. And I mean, for me, like I selected the early bird, the digital early bird, which gives me the revenge issue. I get to jump in on issue 4, see if I like it, you know? The thing with Kickstarter, sometimes we don't know if we're going to like it. So if you don't know if you like it, get the digital. And sometimes also, while we're talking about it, you don't necessarily want to back it. Like for this comic book, I got to be honest, I probably would have gone for the actual printed copy. But the shipping, I hate wasting my money on shipping. And one of the reasons I'll say that, and I can say this and you'll understand in 1 second, I'm going to show you something that'll make you realize why I hate shipping. Because I backed 134 projects. And if I pay $5 for every time I ship, you're talking about, what is that, 500, and then 30 would be 60, 20. So 500 and like 68 bucks, I think. I might be getting that wrong. Hold on. Not doing it, but you get the point. I mean, that's a lot of money to be paying for shipping to keep UPS in business, especially when you start talking about the international shipping. And I mean, with Fetish Babies, I can tell you, helping my wife work on it, $670, by the way, from working on it, shipping's expensive. It really is. So you can't blame the creator on it. And I can tell you that digital copies matter a lot in the way of profitability. A creator makes a PDF once, and then that's it. I'm going to take a moment. I know I said I wouldn't play a full video, but I didn't say I wouldn't play a little bit of a video.
Welcome to the Kickstarter for Float, a graphic memoir about anxiety. I'm Howie Null, creator, writer, and artist. Float is an autobiography, but it's also a tragic love story about anxiety.
Okay, we're going to cut it off right there. I'm going to encourage you all to go watch the rest of the video. I thought it was one of the better videos I've seen on Kickstarter. It's very honest, and you have the creator up front, and he's there, and you know, he's sharing a side of himself, and I think that takes courage. So I think any project with this amount of courage deserves to launch off Kickstarter. And he's my friend, so I'm asking you all of you who consider yourself friends of mine, all of you who consider fans, and you, my sinners, my lovers of written sins, please back this man's project, even if it's for $1. And if you're not backing it, give it the good old share. We're going to give it a share right now because sharing is beyond caring. Sharing creates new worlds, and I'm going to help my friend hopefully create this new world. Well, not hopefully, because he's already made his goal. But I'm definitely trying to help him make the amount of money he gets for the project more, because I'd like to see a sequel. I'd like to see him maybe deal with other type of problems that we face. I mean, this is about anxiety. What about what if he made one about dating? Be interesting to see what his mind would think about dating, especially in this modern age. He's a great guy. I've known him for a while. He's always been a fan of. We've been a fan of him, I should say, Written Sins. So, and as you see, just all the goals are being unlocked. Let's get a hardcover. I want the hardcover edition. Help me get the hardcover edition. I'm greedy. I want it. I want the hardcover. Please help me get the hardcover. And you get a hardcover of the spot gloss. Come on, you look at all this. Look at all this cool stuff. Come on, let's get it. We're running out of time though. We only have 14 days. I want to see it get all the way through. Can we get to 16? All right. Sorry, Howie. I can't push anymore. I could talk about Howie's thing. I really think it's cool all day, but we do got to move on. I'm just going to show this. I thought this was so clever. The pill doesn't do anything. I think that's really like fantastic. But as I said, I don't want to spend all day talking about it just because I know some people are trying to watch this and trying to get as much out of it as they can, and I know some of these videos drag on, and I don't want to drag it on any longer than I can. If anyone wants to know about Float, reach out to Howie or me, and I'll get all the answers from Howie if you need them. So please do check it out. All right, Robin Hood, Eon's Edge, Cyberpunk players, roll your dice on Kickstarter and get this comic book. Make sure you don't have a critical error. Make sure you get your money's worth. I think it looks great. I would have wished that they had had more just information about it. I always like to see the, as for those who saw the earlier version of the earlier video, I always like to see who's behind it, the actual team. But it looks very interesting. I mean, I'm going to wind up back in the project. I just haven't gotten to it. I've had a busy day. More on that to come. But this looks cool. It's going to be on our countdown for a little bit. I'll wind up digging into it more. We just added it today. So give it a look. You like it, give it a share. It's definitely going to hit its goal. So definitely help it make some of its stretch goals. And we'll talk about it more in the coming days. Thunder Chickens by my good friend Bill. This looks great. We're 14 days away. Got some to go. The story is of Ray, Scratch, and Grandpa Thunder Chicken. Together they form a superhero legacy that spans generations. Grandpa reminisces about it. Ray tries his best to shun it, and Scratch desperately wants to live up to his fullest. Their daily life is shaken up after a burglary at a Lumiere Industries, a powerful corporation that was also once a client of Ray's. Without warning, villains Ray thought he had taken care of years ago begin to reappear, displaying startling changes both physically and mentally that threaten both Ray's livelihood and family. Forced to put aside his mounting distaste for the life of a superhero, it's up to Ray and the Thunder Chickens to figure out what's going on before it's too late. Get involved with Thunder Chickens. Thunder Chickens looks awesome. We've been looking at this now for over a year. Written Sins couldn't be happier to be supporting this. I am a backer of this. Will does wind up giving us some great stuff on Written Sins. He's a great writer, and this looks like it's going to be fantastic. And we're just going to.
All right, we're recording, okay? We
recorded in view.
like for like a day.
Okay, go watch the video. Go see what they're all saying. We're running out of time. We're already way over where we should be, so I couldn't watch the whole video. Maybe I'll just do a special video so we can watch it. Ninja Boy 2, Life and After Death. Okay, so now, hey, there's a cover for you. Not sure what that has to do with Ninja Boy, but nice cover. Ninja Boy, here we go. These are all the first issue. I believe this is for issue 2, so they're giving you a shot of what has happened and transpired already. I'd really want to know who that is. I didn't get a chance to dive really into this and see the video yet. So for the first time, I just added this today. Let's find out. Welcome to the official Ninja Boy Kickstarter. First off, let me thank you for taking your time to visit our campaign and give us a chance to gain your support. Ninja Boy has been the brainhood child of Ali Gazia and Alan Warren for close to 18 years now. We released the initial series way back in 2001 through Wildstorm DC Comics. Pretty cool, right? A ninja tale that combined our love for fantasy, hip-hop, and comedy with a strong hint of high-octane action. Alan and I had been creating tales for as long as we could remember, all the way back to elementary school, and Ninja Boy would become our first hurrah into professional publication. The initial release neared 60,000 copies, so we know there are a lot of fans out there waiting, just chomping to experience the next chapter of Nikayla and Slake, and this is your chance to help make that happen. To read the rest of this, show up to this Kickstarter. There is plenty of time left. Yes, 17 days, 99 backers, $10,000. So there's that legion of fans. $10,000 with 100 backers. Jeez, I want that for my Kickstarter. These guys are tearing it up. So see what everyone's talking about. Get involved with it. Check it out and see why Ninja Boy's gotten such fanhood. I mean, let's just look at that. That means $10,000 for 99 people. I want to actually break that down to you mathematically, just so you know what every person is actually pledging. That means every person is pledging, and I thought it was this, $101. 101. Every person who shows up to this page is averaging $101. There's something here, guys. Check it out. See why people are so dedicated to this property. We are funded the Unearth Project. This is Barry Gregory. For those who don't know Barry Gregory is an awesome guy. He is one of the co-founders of Kablam Printing, which many of us use to see our comic books come to life. Great guy. He's involved with this project. I shouldn't have to say much more, but here's the pitch. Dinosaurs, monsters, a hollow earth, and an alien experiment gone wrong, way out of control. It's like a B movie with $1 billion budget. Well, I mean, I like B movies. I don't know about you, but sometimes B movies are more fun than the real movies out there, and they have more fun with it. And it definitely seems like they're going to have fun with this. They're going to enjoy what they're doing. It does look like great art. It looks like these are actually original sketch covers. It looks like a very interesting telling. It looks like there's no holds bar humor involved in it. So it's something that if you're a fan of comic books, I think this is something you're going to want to back. So, I mean, Barry Gregory, what else do I need to say to you guys? Seriously. I mean, this guy has created Kablam. He has that great action figure for his comic book that just impressed me. And we talked about it on Written Sins. His wife, Jenny Gregory, very, very amazing creator in her own right. Great creator. I mean, just fantastic. This is definitely something that you want to be part of. Back it today before time runs out in 17 days. Pigtails, the black and white. We see actually a color version of the character. Pigtails, we're going to go with it. I wrote a 3-issue series based on my wife. And this Kickstarter, based on an idea my wife had, and this Kickstarter is to help the first issue be printed with 2 variant covers and provide the compensation to the amazing artist, Ming Wang. Besides the interior art, he has also did 2 black and white covers. Ming's ability to convey deep emotion with simple techniques convinced me we had to illustrate Sun Jin's journey without needing color. I also teamed up with my wonderful artist wife, Janet Lee, Las Vegas, returned to Dapper Men, and various Marvel comics to provide a fun variant cover. I followed her work for a number of years and knew she could deliver a variant to fit the theme and atmosphere of Pigtails. So check this out, man. This is a passion project right here. We talk about how indie comics is awesome because we get to tell passion projects and we don't have to necessarily always worry about making sales. And this is one of those moments where you're going to see I mean, the idea to choose to go with black and white because you think it looks better is awesome. I mean, there's someone not worried about it, not worried about any of the necessary competitiveness that you might have in an open space in like Marvel or DC where you're worried about selling it. And I think this comic book's going to sell itself, and I think it's already doing really well, that there are people who have been backing it. I've seen a bunch of people I know backing it. I definitely know that I have faith that they're going to meet their goal, and I have faith because I know that you guys listening to my voice right now are going to help me make sure that they reach their goal. We have 19 days. There's no reason we cannot get the message out there. I implore all of you who are listening to my voice to actually get on to Kickstarter. Check it out. Remember, $1 matters. And also what matters is sharing. So please do me the favor of sharing this project, getting it out there. I like projects where people are very passionate about it. I look forward to it. I haven't backed it yet, and I have to get on that because I only just added this a few days ago. So this is definitely something that I want to see come to be and see get funded. So please help me in helping us get this funded. I really would appreciate it. And this is Kelly Bender's project, Indigenuous. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It's 120% funded, apparently. The art in it's really cool. It's another kind of horror thing. We're gonna just very quickly. We're gonna show the team here. Kelly Bender. You got Adam Frizz. You got Brenton Mathena, Angel Lidon, Mickey Myers, and Matt Kelly. I know Matt Kelly. I know Matt Kelly gets around in a good way. I don't mean that. Don't spread rumors. No one say anything that I said something bad about Matt Kelly. Behave yourself, guys. All right, so here's your classic going to the beach tale. Everything looks like it's going to be a fun day. Uh-oh, something goes wrong. Whoa. That escalated quickly. And then all of a sudden, he disappears, and there's an arm. And of course, why wouldn't you run after the arm? Uh-oh, too late, can't run away. And she disappears too. What else happens? You're going to have to back the Kickstarter to find out. So do yourself a favor, get involved with it. Obviously, it's already been funded. I believe there's something like 18 days. 18 days left. 110 backers, $2,578 in the bank. Help them reach their stretch goals. Share it and share it hard. And the very last one we have today is Children of Sin, Magna print run. A lot of things about sins. Great guy. And someone I consider a friend. 21 days to go. Brian, I'm trying to okay, here it is. Brian, with his Enjoy Comics, are very much behind it. And Children of Sin is a supernatural steampunk manga created by a dedicated team and needs your help to print the first issue. Please send us, please share and help us make this a reality. Thank you. And then we just have the team right here. I love when the team gets put like this. This is a great setup for the team. I think they did really well with that. They talk about the rewards down here. I definitely think it's very interesting. A lot of these people are from Hawaii, which is where Brian is from. Brian is actually from Hawaii. We've covered him in the past. So I think that's interesting that you have two of the people who are from Hawaii. I'm not sure if he's from Hawaii, the actual writer, Steven, here. I'm trying to see. It doesn't mention if he's from Hawaii from what I can see. But I think it's interesting. I think it's an interesting premise, and we're just going to close out the program by taking a quick look at the video.
It is a time of darkness where clockwork powers the world. Evil permeates society, causing great mayhem, and man's morals are questioned. Cain, tortured by his past sins, seeks to earn redemption by saving mankind. But can he, whom the gods no longer praise, redeem himself?
All right, guys, that was Kickstarter this week. I will talk to you all next week on the same program, probably around the same time next Tuesday. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in across all the platforms, and have a great and sinful week.